scary. I faced him before as Oscilio, and it just feels like he's working with 10 extra health every game. The way that he ekes value out and the way that he knows how to pilot Kasai. Sure, Oscilio has more time against this hero to set up those massive combos than typical against a more aggressive hero, but Kasai can be aggressive, and Colin knows how to make it work.
Oh, and he's got himself some bling from Singapore. He was not in attendance.
Yeah, this is quite fresh. I have not seen this game. Versus Kasai. Our champion, AGE champion, Ryan Brown again. The guy who beat last time the... What's the name? The Gravy Bones deck? Yeah, that one. Secure top 8. Now we got really good matchup going. I'm trying here to do like the mute and unmute thing. I don't really got an idea how to edit this. I'm just gonna watch this and publish the VOD. Sorry about that one. So the audio quality can be a little worse here too. But let's see. Yeah, we are going first. So I suppose... well, you can... Kasai's often put you first too, so I can't tell who won the thing. But we start here, and we can leak one. Never mind, it's a yellow one. Okay, so we did not cycle, which is interesting. We put Blink into Arsenal. I would have cycled there. He got Kasai's whole hand, so that's very fine. If your damage equals to opponent's whole hand and Arsenal, even if you don't leak, that's good. That's good. You don't want to let your opponent keep their best card in their hand and see like top 7. Okay, so this is coming for 5. So we have a lot of block there. Now I'm looking at cycling and blocking 9 possibly here. If we cycled Blink, the Arsenal would be etchings, which is better. I did not pay attention yet to their AB here. So it's 0. I've seen a lot of development here on people who have bad AB slots. Go AB 0 balance of justice, which is like completely reasonable. I think that's pretty good development against Oscilio. Also, I feel like the doubles Inter Sabers is better Kasai. I'm definitely more... I don't think this hot streak card is very good. I would have blocked here for 9. 6 on the last one. And then do 3 here. So we keep Eclectic. Which is curious. This is 2 card 9, so you're actually losing 1 value here technically. Also, like, not using cycling is... It's interesting, it's interesting. Between connectivity to send this out. We'll see what the next 4 cards is, how the thing starts to pan out when you don't cycle. Opponent is blocking 5 here, yeah, okay. Sometimes though, sending Eclectic just as is a good mix-up. So double blast would have been drawn there. Brown is not happy about these hands, but I think it's a little ripple effect on not cycling. So if your hands don't convert as you see them, you cycle and then look to block. I think because it has been activated in our hand, it's kind of dog at blocking. Also, there's no sigils, but okay, now we do this. It's totally fine. Yeah, that's a Mind Warp, so we can block with this. Double Blast. So I would firstly look to block maybe 5 here and send 7. The Blink Arsenal is quite dubious. Because now we would actually like open up a etchings into, no sorry, not etchings, eclectic into, if we think our arsenal is eclectic here as we cycle turn 0, this would be eclectic into Mind Warp then. So we no block this and they get gold. Kasai getting gold is not end of the world for sure, but it still helps them a lot. And he's taking a ton of damage.
Finding his triggers, also refreshing the vigor token.
He, I think, said paying into grains. I thought he would have needed to pitch a blue to do that.
Yeah, he does need to pitch because Blade Runner costed 1, and so that vigor token he had at the beginning of the turn should have just paid for the Blade Runner, not a Grains of Blood spill activation. Centauri Saber now comes in for 5 thanks to the buff on Blade Runner, and Colin still has gas in the hand. Yep, Colin realizing that he has not paid properly for this turn. There we go. Now we have a pitch.
It's a big pitch. It's also a big. This is also a big, quote unquote, misplay, but that's fine. That's fine. They solved it like good, and it was like a one action later. There was no ill intent. I'm not saying that. It's totally fine. So we no block this, so we can use Blink here, sure, and bounce one Vigor. 23 is not taking. We took 7. That's fine. I think that's fine. Yep. The Greave's not blocked. We're not comboing yet. But Blink and probably use. I would use Tunic here to pitch for Volsar. And then you send the Mind Warp here. Blocking 7. Nice. That's really nice.
Commonly used to bounce Oscilio's own sigils back to his hand and gain powerful effects, but in this case can be used offensively to disrupt his opponent.
Really like that play, and now we get a nice use of the Tunic. I'm always a little hesitant to use it like this. I do think it's correct. Being able to keep that blast in the arsenal is very, very important. But now Ryan Brown set himself up to at least need 3 more turns to get that really big combo turn, as the boots cost 1, and often that Tunic resource is used to pay for them.
Yep, but if you actually do the math here, if you're forced to combo without Tunic earlier than you get the counter, you do need to pitch a card, which is fine, because like right here, you technically do like 6 value out of the Tunic, which is a lot more than, well, a lot more, that's like 1 more than the combo turn pitch, counting in the Volsars as well. So I think this is really good use of it. And like against Kasai, you're at 23 and they have 1 card in their hand. You're just looking really good right now. So we have Constant Cosmos, Comet Storm, Etchings. Okay, I get blasted. Maybe look in the block and send Comet Storm. That's probably fine. Coming in for 2. Provoke. Yes, that's very good use of Provoke, as the caster Murray said here. Yeah, you could.
If this is used on a chain link with a weapon attack, your opponent chooses a card and reveals it from their hand. If it's an action card, it is added to the chain link as a blocking card. If it is a non-action card, they discard it. So this is the exact situation you want to use it in, where essentially your opponent wants to keep cards and you don't want them to. That is Provoke's use case. But oftentimes, when you play it out against somebody who has not had it resolved against them, they just reveal their whole hand. They think it's like a Pulse Wave Harpoon or a Bonds of Agony kind of.
Okay, so we no blocked here. I would probably have cycled the Comet Storm to see what we get, and then Swing Blast Arsenal Consign Cosmos. But we sent this. It's good. It's good. This might have been a better play actually than what I proposed here. It was the first play I looked at, but cycling also gets us closer to Ganon Flash, but now we have Eclectic Blast. Is that Sigil of Aether Marvel? Do we have Sigil of Aether in the list? Oh man, I'm interested. Oh, never mind, I hit the bit. Alright. I was about to stand up here, but never mind. The Sigil of Aether has hit the bin. We can force the block with Ganon Flash. Oh, is that called? I did not see the somersault. Extremely good somersault. Slice and Dice coming with the Centaur Saber. Also, Colin has, like they said, the very beautiful Kasai from Singapore. That's very, very nice.
Defense on this turn. He's still sitting at 19, and Colin still has 5 damage on the combat chain. 30 plays 19. Colin is still in the driver's seat here, but Oscilio is known for explosive finishes, and that's, I think, exactly what we can expect, especially when Colin has left his AB at home.
Yes. The early game has not gone that well in our favor, but I think there's like a little ripple effect coming on from not cycling and blocking enough. So you're a little more suspect on bad draws if your opponent just also like no blocks and it raises you, and then you get like go like okay, I guess I lose. So block 2 essentially here because it goes Centaur Saber goes to 6. So Eclectic blocking the Centaur Saber is a little bit meh, but that's unfortunately what has to be done. To be fair, I already forgot what we have in our salt. My bad, bro. My bad. It's midnight, Saturday night. You know how I pay vegans. Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Off without using the boots. So while this is a pretty low value 2-card 3, it does set things up for next turn. Ryan Brown just needs to hope that Colin doesn't have another extremely potent offensive turn here.
Now, what did we try? Is this Comet Storm, Etchings, 1 Sigil, and is that a Sync? It might be a Sync. I think Sync is really good in the Kasai, for sure. So here if you wanted to combo, Sync is quote-unquote brick, but I don't think this hand is brick at all. Because you also like have to remember here that these cards are not attack actions, so they don't buff Centaur Saber, so they're actually like real block 3s, which is like really good. Blade Runner? That's, yeah, because they needed to go again here for this thing. Block 7. Take 1. Keep hand, because the hand is also like block 3s more, and then you can just go gone instant pass. So then it all writes on next turn. another blood on her hands going into the pitch zone. Thank you, casters, for pointing that out. They are casting this game fantastically, actually. So now, then, just look into... Well, probably just no block this. I can also, like, expand armor at this. But... yeah, you can just... It's too much value to do this. But this is also... Sorry to pause this again. But this is those one of those important things. Like, technically, you still have, like, 13 life, 12 life, because you want to survive, of course, because you can use these, and now your turn goes for the opponent is not forced to block at all, right? Because it's just gun and etchings, and they don't have AB, so they are not putting themselves in the positions where they can misplay with the arcane barrier, right? So then you can grab back here a sigil, which sets up this. Probably grab back conductivity, because unfortunately we have not seen brilliance yet. So this opens up free Volsar if you don't need to use your hat, which you probably need to block with next turn anyways. But if you don't, that's good. And then you have set up for combo. So technically, like, whatever you draw, you can always fix 2 cards out of those hands. But if it's an instant, then you don't want to fix it. So technically, just fix 1 card out of hand. So the only losing scenario is draw your last sync and too many spells in that hand. But then again, your opponent is also like AB0. So if you use your hat to fix 1 card and have embodiment on the ground, now you have +1 action point, as well as maybe at that point you actually should get... Oh yeah, because your opponent is AB0. Oh, this is very interesting actually, because your opponent is AB0. You want to use your bindings better, so to protect yourself from actually losing to multi-spells, you can abuse that fact that you can draw multi-spells and just grab back Sigil of Lightning and not use your hat. If you don't have to, you can just block 1 life with it, of course, and then use bindings at the start of your turn, which then surges already 1 spell. And because you have Embodiment of Lightning, you can do Gaunt stuff. You can go the Binding Surge spell into Volsar spell, right? So that's like really powerful. Oh, this is very interesting. I need to note that down. Definitely. This very rarely comes up actually, but that's cool.
Ryan takes it. He did put his Sigil of Lightning into the graveyard with his blocking cards. Yeah, okay. He's getting out his Embodiment of Lightning now. Showing the Sigil of Lightning, confirming that that was there. He did block with a fair number of cards, so I don't think we are going to see the massive combo turn. I think instead what we're going to do is see a bread and butter setup turn for Oscilio, which is just play that Gone in a Flash, play out an instant from hand, get it back into the arsenal, wait for the opportune time.
Bread and butter setup turn, which is coming just for... if we value Sigil at 3 card, because you're technically drawing from graveyard, it's coming in for 2 card 12. Is that the math? Wait, pause. This is 2 card 12. It's coming 4, and then this shit's coming for 5, and then you get double sigils. Oh yes, Sigil of Lightning in your hand, so then you pick up the conductivity, of course. That is 2 card 12. That's just absolutely insane rate. Now these stats are absolutely disgusting rate. Yeah, as the caster said, it would really love this to be Mind Warp. That's very true. Okay, Aether come. Sigil of Aether coming out. Now we're looking at 4 cards and 10 life. This is dubious. So hand is like very combo. Now this is very interesting now. Oh, wait. I realized, so there's CLV. You can play the CLV and then block this, grab back Aether back, and then use it as pseudo brilliance because you get the draw from the CLV AB0. You could do that over AB1 too, and then you don't use Oscilio here or next turn, so they can't use Balance of Justice. That's really cool. Okay, Sigil of Aether providing.
Riches of Tropoldani and provoke, pop a copper, draw a card, thereby creating a gold. Efficient way to get free sword swings, but when your opponent's at 10, you've got to put your foot on the gas. And the draw is just take it on the chin, so no more offensive capability found off the top. He might not actually have enough damage in his hand.
That's what Ryan Brown is hoping for.
That's really good if he doesn't have enough damage. Sometimes Kasai's damage from hand just absolutely sucks. The consistent value comes out of the Valiant Dynamos a lot.
Perhaps holding back that unsheath to try to either establish an arsenal or bluff that he has more damage than he.
I think this one I would use everything but Flash of Brilliance block here, because it's 2 for 2 and you don't activate the ones. So I guess go again.
And the Asbestos might be coming through as we know that Colin doesn't have lethal available.
That's probably Ryan Brown's lucky hat, by the way. I always use also like the same cap. 7? So you die in the swing here, I believe. If you block with hat, you die in the swing, I believe. But that's the only thing. Yeah. I forgot to mute, my bad. I think you just take the guess from this, because if you block 3, you activate the thing. Oh, but it's hard. You probably cycle first to see as much information as you can. But you can't cycle the conductivity because you need... Oh, but if you get back Aether, you have Sigil still. You probably want to use the Flash of Brilliance and CLV combination here to push 1 damage. Actually 2 damage because you can bullseye it. The CLV. It's 2 damage in a card, so that then that comes for 5 value, which is really good. Then if you hit... Okay, so you will use this. We don't use that? Oh, I think that's a misplay. You can do the Aether CLV. But he survived, so that's a good thing. Now we need a good combo out of this. Now you're forced to use Volsar here because you play the CLV.
Maybe just he's okay with just the Gone in a Flash repeated over and over, but that's what Colin can block. And I feel like he needs just a little bit more if he's gonna get there.
Let's do the math here actually. Because we can do here 4, 4, 4, 4 for 20, because it's 5 times 4, and this draws at some point. Like, Colin has done a good job here at saving, because he can block breakpoint with these hands and card, with this dynamos and a card, with these grains and a card, but then the last 4 will go through. So then you draw a card, so then your draw needs to be really good. I would have used the Flash of Brilliance the first of Brilliant Sigil of Aether plays CLV last turn. Cycle CLV into card, make damage. Get this one back to hand. Discarding Somersault, I believe. And a Sigil of Conductivity, because this is your sigil for the turn, so that one is redundant. Just in case you draw Blast Oblivion and no spell, so then you can use Aether as a spell. But now you kind of need your decks to fix yourself a bit here, I think. So we play this. So you use the max amp for this Aether, pushing 3 or 4 damage. I think you used Volzar here. Actually, no. It's just 1 damage.
Ryan telling it like it is. Colin making sure he understands exactly how much damage is going to be coming his way at the end of this chain.
Drawing that card with the Channel Lightning Valley as well.
Now this is now. What did we drew? Mind Warp! There's no way. Okay. Wait, there is no way. Also, where the fuck do you get this Embodiment of Lightning tokens? I need to do custom Embodiment of Lightning tokens, I'm not gonna lie. That's a beautiful Embodiment of Lightning token. But what, we drew Mind Warp? I think it would have been more guaranteed if it did like a little more damage on our opponent's turn, because you get to cycle more, you do more damage on this turn cycle. So it's always correct to do, I believe. But that draw is insane. So we just win now? Right?
Yep, okay, we've cleared that up. 3 amp on the Volzar so far. Electromagnetic Somersault is going to get gone in a flash back to the hand.
I really like this AGA streams, by the way. I like these casters a lot. The caster is really good.
Yeah.
And this production value is really good as well.
So he's probably just going to throw it at the end of the turn. Just making sure
Yes.
cross our T's and dot our I's about the action points. Oscilio combo turns are complicated, to say the very least. Colin, now at 19 life, and he's got 3 more gone.
Colin is being a fantastic sport at this game, by the way.
Oh gosh,
It's probably going to be like 8 or 9.
I think 8 or 9, yeah.
I just love seeing these kind of games like this. Flesh and Blood game and this community. It's just 11 out of 10.
That his AG career is on the line here. He is going to the Players' Championship no matter what, folks, but he would love to take down Zachary Wallach's record. Ryan Brown, however, with much more at stake here, trying to fight
7.
his way into the top 16 and make 2 consecutive players.
So we're like boardly playing our decks, and it's a work in the progress, okay? Like what am I to say? I have no bling. Besides the cliff overlay, that's like the coolest bling in the world. I will put it in a frames when I know I'm not playing anymore.
Oh, he has the additional amp from the.
So this is coming for 11.
This is coming in for +9.
So the interesting part is, okay, let me check back here real quick. So we blocked here. We blocked here.
No matter what, folks, but he would love to take down
Yeah. Because we had to play this first. Now, wait. So here's an interesting thing as well. Never mind, because I would have discarded the connectivity for Aether. So this would mean then that you would not have embodiment for the next turn. Okay, that's fair. I'm just the thing I was thinking here is because if we did not block every chain, it's wrong to. I think it's always wrong to either fully no block the combo turn if you know you can afford it and you know the combo turn will not kill you, unless it's like specifically Blast Brilliance with Gynophiles, of course. That would kill from straight from full health. But I digress. So halfly committing the blocking is bad because then you get got by Mind Warp really bad. By the way, playing a lot into Oscilio, I hate Mind Warp a lot more than Bonds of Agony. Like, Mind Warp is the most toxic card in the game. You just, if you have not played against Mind Warp, because you start blocking and you like form your turn cycle based on your blocks into your offense. Once you block, you're locked into your offense. Now you get Mind Warped, and your hand is like most of the time just absolute dog shit. You just lost like a billion value that turn. Well, sometimes you just hit the nuts, of course, but it is what it is.
Participate in the 2024 Players Championship.
Gonifals are sincere for Ryan Brown. Is Ryan as well? This is coming in.
Closing the chain here. Yeah, this is where we left off. And then we will draw for Arsenal. This combo turn I think is played fantastically, utilizing the one extra action point that we have. This is like the exact position Colin was hoping to not be put in. This is like absolutely best draw off of your deck, by the way. Is it? No, I think it is. I think it is, yeah. Because 4 life is dubious. And Constant Cosmos Shock would not threaten lethal still, but making your opponent's turn to do absolutely just nothing. Take a swing for 2, but there's no pumps that kill if you're not blocking, I believe. Yeah, because you have to front pump then from Arsenal.
Wow.
11 total.
And it strips
Brutal fucking draw.
Ericsson's hand as well.
Brown knows that draw was nuts. Nonchalant press of the mustache. I love that.
He has AB0. Says, yeah, Ryan, you're doing all right. Good job, man. I'm proud of you.
Some quick math there.
1 minus 1 is 0. Yeah. And if, to be fair, if you play Kasai, you for sure. Oh, we did draw off of CLV from the Aether. Aether did a lot of work there. But played right, the Aether would have done a lot more work. Swear on everything. So we have a comic summary. No, it's no shock. It's a thing. Bro is being blessed by the high heavens of the lightning lord. But by the way, sorry again, pausing this, because I said earlier that we didn't draw this from CLV and we draw from Mind Warp to Arsenal. Still utilizing the one action point is the best play possible, I think, because you just don't have a Emblem of Lightning and you don't have Flash of Brilliance to be used from next turn, and you don't have Greaves. So then the guy in the Flash in Arsenal only needs Blink, which he fortunately have in his hand right now, but most of the times he does not. So then taking the 5 damage out of the gun in the Flash during the combo turn is the absolutely best value that you can do here. So yeah, just need to correct that.
Blade Flurry is the only thing, but Syncolo would cover that.
Right.
And with none left floating, and because Colin has not drawn a card, Blade Runner is kind of ruled out here. Nevertheless, Ryan blocking with the Fyendal Spring Tunic. Blocking one, he says, just wants a little more space, doesn't care about that gold token generation for Colin, perhaps because he already had one in his card.
Misplay here. I thought this was ruled out. I missed with spells. Oh my lord. No, I'm kidding, of course.
Ryan Brown has 4 cards in hand. It's gonna be 5 because Sigil of Brilliance is popping at the beginning of this turn.
We know know. One is that sync
Bang.
which is really bad timing for that when you want to go offensive. But if he can string together,
I think the Zimbala is fine. You put it in horizontal and look for shock to kill.
I mean, seven's
But you can melt
too
here
much, but he
and
still has the
do
shock opportunity.
7.
Rolling turn. No arcane barrier for Colin.
Oh wait, that kills, no?
I mean, that's
Let's do
huge
7
stuff.
off
Either
of
way,
meld.
he gets,
I
the
like.
scarier it gets.
Okay, if opponent has arcane compliance, they live by 1. Trying to suck, get a shot. You have Sink in Arsenal.
Not necessarily on the offensive. He can wait until Colin presents lethal damage, but it's not like Kano. You can't be sending 30 some odd damage on your opponent's turn. It's gonna be
This has been a really good game though. Again, like of course. The last game against Gravy 2, a masterclass from Mr. Brown. I had to insta rush to watch this game. Let me flash a bit. Yeah, I was playing a little bit of WoW, but I saw that there was a Oscilio game on AGE. I hopped on. Insta. Oof. Okay. Yeah, it's just GG's. Yeah, for sure he can amp enough. Block 3 is very good. So I assume we are not on press because we are on Sigil of Aether.
That's a huge
Draw? Another blast.
I don't think he does. No, because he has a null shock, so he can actually play the sigil, play the blast, and then still. Well, he can at least draw the extra card for Arsenal.
Because his arcane source of damage is instant rather than action speed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he kind of wants to keep the sync if he can, but he really needs to find the shock next turn. If he can string together lethal during Colin Erickson's turn, no AB, that's huge. And
it's lethal already. You swing blast, this goes to 5. You play null shock, this goes to 6, and then 1 plus 6. That's 7.
Coming in for 6.
No, it's coming in for 7 because it can amp itself. This is lethal. Here we go.
There we go. The quick math from Brian Brown. You love to see that. Let this man, the boy wonder, Colin Erickson. Hell yeah. Let this man go all the way.
This is it. He's just going through formalities here. Resolving the shock by pitching.
And now you can amp this to 8 actually.
Bounce the Sigil of Brilliance, and why not? Also play the Sigil of Brilliance before you. Oh my god!
A shock for 9. You can't even compliance this.
That's a lot of damage. Does he? It's 9. Take it on the chin.
He had actually taken on the chin. So he went over that. It went over that actually. Insane. But to be fair, he draws a card for Arsenal. And then he looks at shock, because we have not seen. Have we? We saw, I think, all Comet Storm shocks earlier. Because those were the blocking points. 2 of these. 2 of those. And then 1 Consign to Cosmos, I believe. And this is a null shock. So there, I assume, would be, because we are in a null shock. Let's say the 2 or 3 null shock, I believe. Would be my guess. So that then that would be 8 minus 4 is half the shocks. And you probably have less than half of your deck here. It's about half of the deck, to be fair.
Much unmitigated power in the hands of Oscilio Collegiala Intelligence. That's lightning.
Thumbnail right there.
When he flipped
Thumbnail.
I was so afraid it was going to be arcane compliance. Oh my
You
god.
can't arcane compliance shock, bro. It's like, come on.
Played Ryan Brown, finding that lethal off of a 1 damage shock, pumping it all the way up to 9, getting over the take it on a chin, and finding exact lethal.
There were a lot of twists and turns in that game, and they were mainly in the hands.
Amazing casting. Amazing casting. I know, Mr. Murray, you will be on the comments, and I love to say that. I love to say that, and I also saw the interview because I was linked that from a clip, and it made me really happy. It made me cry. Thank you for the kind words, and I truly think like this casting has also leveled up in terms of Oscilio. It's always been wonderful for the game in general, but Oscilio has been for the casters very hard to cast properly and understand all the possibilities that can be done, let alone not to say what could be done. So absolutely amazing. And the game was so good. That game was so good. I did not watch that game beforehand. I only saw the clipped interview, and then I had to hop on instantly. But yeah,